EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Marcher with your outlook for August 25th, 2020. We have the opportunity for some strong to severe thunderstorms today as a cold front is going to be working its way southward. And ahead of that, we're going to have some very warm, if not hot temperatures. Temperatures are going to make it run at 90 in many locations today. Some other areas further north will be in the upper 80s, but we will definitely be hot and humid ahead of this boundary before it moves south. But this is not going to be something that lasts deep into the night. This is going to be generally a mid-afternoon through early to mid-evening time frame here. And I think most of us will be done before dinner here with any thunderstorm activity. Here is the cold front, and it extends all the way back here, and here is the low pressure north that is driving it. Now, along that boundary, there's going to be a little bit of there's going to be a mid-level low that's going to be sitting right here that's going to join up with this boundary here, and some of the best forcing will be found up in these areas, closest to these areas of low pressure. So one's going to be in southeastern New England, another one's going to be up here in northern New England, so that's where your best forcing is going to be, and that's always been the issue with coverage of storms today. How much we're going to get, and several NAM runs in a row, consecutive runs of the NAM, were not very thrilled with the amount of activity, and that's still possible that we have a lesser amount of activity with that limited forcing and the amount of dry air that's found in some of the soundings in the mid-levels. So we're going to watch this for the potential for severe thunderstorms today, but we're not really confident in the amount of coverage that we'll have today. The Storm Prediction Center has a slight risk over much of the area. In some areas down by the Philadelphia metro, in and around that region, that are in an enhanced risk for severe weather. So we're going to kind of play this by ear and see how it works out today. But the severe parameters, the things that make severe weather possible, are very good numbers today. If we could just get that little bit of a trigger and get rid of that dry air in the mid-levels, we'd be in business for something a little bit more widespread. But as it stands, we still have the opportunity today for those storms. But you can see what it does here. All the focus here for these storms are going to be across New England for the most part. And the global model is showing a little bit of a break in between here during the day today as this front moves back to the south and east. Here's what the NAM High-Res Future Simulator Radar has for this evening. And this is starting off at 2 p.m. in the afternoon. So this is just getting going here with what I think is going to be some broken line segments here. This is not going to be one gigantic line just moving off to the south and east here. This is going to be a broken semi-congealed line segments moving off to the southeast here. You got some going east here. You got some going out here in western Pennsylvania here. And as it moves southeast, it might try to congeal together a little bit, especially when we get down by the Philadelphia metro where that enhanced risk is. So again, some of these storm clusters could produce some very strong winds. That'll be the primary threat. Strong winds. Second highest threat would be for large hail with that amount of dry air that is up in the mid-levels working into the storm itself, which will be conducive for some very large hail as well. So wind is going to be number one. Wind gusts 60, 65 miles per hour possible. And then we have the heavy rain's not going to be as much of a threat as it was yesterday, because these storms are going to be moving. Unlike the storms that we've had over the last couple days, we had a very weak steering flow. Today we do not have that. These will be moving along and moving off to the south and east. But at this point, when it's all the way down here, it's already 6 p.m. So we go to back this up. And again, time's up here in the upper right-hand corner. This is just subtract 4 hours from this. And of course, it's in 24-hour universal time. So we can move forward here from 4. Here's 5, here's 6, and there's 7 right there. Goes through Philly. 8 o'clock is down by Cape May in central Delaware, and just about out of our region here by mid-evening at 9 p.m. So it's going to be moving through rather quickly. But the question is, how much coverage are we going to get of these storms, and how quickly does this line congeal as it moves southward? I think the best chance for that is going to be areas along and south of I-78 in Pennsylvania and New Jersey. So we're going to continue to monitor that closely today and see what we're dealing with. But other than that, this cold front is going to move off to the south here, and we are going to be, it's going to be stationed to the south here on Wednesday, just like this. So we're going to have some cooler air coming in here for both Tuesday night and Wednesday. We're going to be noticeably cooler and refreshing overnight tonight, and then Wednesday we're looking at temperatures going to be near average. So we go from 90 today, near average on Wednesday, and then this front is going to move back northward as a warm front here on Wednesday night. As I move this forward here, not a lot of precipitation with that, maybe a shower overnight Wednesday night as it does so, and it sets up shop here over New York State as an impulse moves along that on Thursday. So we're going to be hot and muggy again. So we move from hot and muggy to near average on Wednesday, mostly sunny and refreshing. to hot and muggy again and near 90 degrees once again here on Thursday. All right, so back and forth. Can't really make up its mind. This, of course, is what will be Hurricane Laura. We expect it to be hurricane making landfall somewhere between the Houston, Galveston area and southwestern Louisiana, somewhere in here, somewhere in this region right here. So it's going to make landfall there, and we're expecting this to come up here like this through the Tennessee Valley and then make a due east track somewhere like this. It might not even be that far north. We'll see. The trend here with the guidance here, as in the official National Hurricane Center forecast, which I'm going to show you in a minute, actually takes us up more like this and takes it over southern Virginia and out this way by Saturday evening. So if it's that far south, we're not going to have the effects of that here locally. We're still going to monitor this. I think most of the ensemble guidance is sold on the idea that this is going to remain off to our south. Here's what it looks like this evening. And it went over the western tip here of Cuba, and it should start to reorganize now that it's hit the open waters of the Gulf of Mexico. Very little to impede the progress of this development here. Still a very strong, slow-level circulation. You know, it looks kind of ragged right now. That's because it encountered the mountains here in western Cuba. Once it gets across there, which it has, and it has time over water here and away from land, has time to, regenerate over the waters here, it will do so, get into hurricane strength. And at least Category 2 hurricane strength, but I have a very strong feeling this is going to be a major hurricane before landfall. There's very little to hinder the development of this, and I wouldn't be surprised if this actually makes it a Category 4, believe it or not. It has that kind of upside potential, so we'll see. It has a lot of time over water yet, then a couple days over water here again, right now it's a 65-mile-per-hour storm. Official National Hurricane Center track and intensity track does not take it to a major hurricane, but I really think that this has a good shot, at least Category 3, maybe even 4. We'll see. But this does make a beeline for, again, somewhere between the Houston-Galveston area and southwestern Louisiana. Somewhere in there is going to get the landfall, but you see what it does in the track. It takes it up here like this through the Tennessee Valley and then almost due east to eventually exiting near Virginia Beach. Okay, so that is something we're going to watch. This is, of course, well south of our area. And you're going to hear some people saying that, we're getting some of the rain from the tropical storm from what will then be a tropical depression. But some people will say that we're getting the remnants of Laura here on Saturday, which we're not. And I'll show you that in a second here, too, quick. Here's a look at Thursday with that system off to our north. We left an isolated thunderstorm in the forecast here for Thursday for mainly northern areas. And then once we get into Friday, and maybe some more scattered thunderstorms as a weak vorticity impulse moves through. Here's the remnants of Laura that's quickly weakening over the Tennessee Valley at this point. And then we have a cold front coming through here on Saturday. This cold front was always going to be here, whether or not Laura remnants were going to affect it or not. We didn't know, of course, that this is going to travel up here like this over our area and enhance that rainfall. And that is not going to be the case. Looks like it's just going to head out here like this in this direction and stay to our south. So this will not be from Laura. This is actually from a cold front and an incoming trough. So you're going to hear some people saying that. Whether in social media or whatever, they're going to say, well, it looks like we're getting the remnants of Laura on Saturday. We're not. Okay, this is just a cold front with normal cold front, scattered showers and thunderstorms moving through, and Laura remains off to our south. So we'll be enhancing rainfall down there across the Carolinas, Virginia, North Carolina, Virginia, maybe getting into southern Delaware, Ocean City, Maryland. So there is some interest for our area that we're concerned about. We have to watch those areas for some remnant rainfall. For the majority of us, though, this is just going to be a scattered showers and thunderstorms late in the day here on Saturday. Then that trough moves through, and Sunday and Monday I think you're going to like pretty nice. Look like high temperatures not getting out of the 70s both days, but mostly sunny and very pleasant conditions both Sunday and Monday, maybe even lasting into Tuesday of next week before we start to get a little bit warmer. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Marchers. That is your outlook for August 25th, 2020. Have a great Tuesday.